Hello, my gorgeous Pisces. My name is Sasha Bonasin and I'm a psychic medium, and this is your weekly horoscope tarot card reading, and it's for you, my gorgeous Piscelini, and it's in between the 1st and the 7th of August 2022. Let me tell you something what I need you to remember when it comes to this week, my gorgeous Piscelini, especially when it comes to the beginning of this week. Don't get tricked into anything here whatsoever, okay? And I'm saying this purely because you're going to become aware of some kind of opportunity at the beginning of the week, and at first it's going to seem a bit delicious and then it's going to seem really nice, but the more you think and the more you focus, you will know that something is not quite right. Something is not quite right, and you're absolutely 100% correct when it comes to it. So your intuition, it's again your voice within, your subconscious mind is going to be playing an important role here, because you are going to be aware of it. But to start with, you just must remember that when you become aware of this opportunity, you know, it's like, to start with, you're going to feel excited, but you must not let yourself to make this impulsive mistake, because that particular opportunity that you're going to become aware of at the beginning of the week, no baby, no, it is not a good opportunity for you. And some of you are going to be able to tell this almost immediately, but it is going to be the element of like, oh my God, I'm really keen and I'm really eager, I want to do this, I want to try this, I want to start this. No baby, no. I want to make you aware of the fact that that opportunity would be a really poor risk indeed, and it would also make you to repeat certain errors that you do not want to repeat in your life ever again. Okay, so just remember that when you become aware of that opportunity at the beginning of the week, please do not try to kind of make an impulsive mistake and just rush into it whatsoever. Just give yourself a couple of days, and then you will see that something is going to come to you, something is going to bother you from the depths of your spirit, from the depths of your soul, and I can assure you that this is going to come out. This is going to come out when you least expect it, and it happens when we are dreaming, when we are sleeping, when we are like kind of in this meditative state, when we are relaxing, when we are chilling out, or when we are like in the nature. It's just going to come to you at the time of the certain consciousness, subconsciousness, when it takes over, when you're not kind of thinking too much, when you're not kind of focusing too much, when you're relaxing, then we find ourselves like in a really kind of like a completely different dimension, and this is going to be needed for you to understand this indeed. So you do not want to take this opportunity, because it's going to be a poor risk, and it's also going to make you to repeat the errors, and you will not want to do this. You know, you need to understand that this is only going to cause like a temporary distraction, almost like, oh yeah baby, seductive, like kind of seductive stage, you know, in your life, but it's only going to cause like a temporary distraction, so it doesn't really matter. What I really like here is that someone really influential, somebody who is very important to you, the person who means to you so much, and somebody who is very like influential to you, towards you, you're really looking up towards, really looking up to this person as well. So it's someone in your life, but someone who is quite successful, but also spiritual at the same time, someone who has a wonderful influence on you in the best possible way. That person is really kind of, through that person you're going to understand that, you know, what successful combination at this moment in time do you need to pay attention to. But it's also through that person you're going to understand, you know, on one hand that this would have been a poor risk to do this opportunity, but then on another hand, you know, you're going to understand even more importantly, like kind of what adjustment in your life do you need to make, and you're going to understand the power of the actual love. Just remember, my gorgeous Piscelini, that love absolutely conquers all whatsoever, and at the same time you are going to understand what is and what it should be, the part of your life that you should be focusing on right now. So it's to do with a lasting commitment, but that lasting commitment was on your mind so much so intensely over the last 24 months indeed. So this person is going to be playing an important role, because through that person you will be inspired so much. You will know what to do, and you will know, you kind of going to be also reminded through that person. It's not only that you're going to be inspired by that person, but that person is going to point something about you which you're not going to like, and it's like kind of, well, why you're not doing this, why you're not doing that, and almost as if you're going to feel like a little bit offended. But this is with the real proper amazing people in our lives, you know. They tell us things honestly, and sometimes, oh God, you know, we may not like it, but you know it's coming from somewhere honest, you know it's coming from someone who understands you so well. And they're so necessary in our lives, people like this. You know, there's so many reasons why people in our lives are playing absolutely giant role when it comes to our spiritual journey, because through people in our lives we understand elements and part of ourselves that would normally kind of keep us stuck, you see. So you see what I mean? So you're also going to be told by someone like quite not abruptly, but they're just going to tell you something that you don't like to hear, but you know it's the truth, you know it's something that you should do, almost as if like, oh, I'm going to have to plod along and carry on this, but you know that this is going to take you somewhere where you should be. Oh my goodness, you see this, an inspiration, a beautiful, powerful moment you are going to have out of this. Already by the time you get to the actual mid-week, you are gonna already know that you did the right thing. You're gonna already know that you're on the right path. And don't remember that number 1 and number 7 are numbers when it comes to numerology this week. Number 1 and number 7. It starts on 1st and it ends up on the 7th, which means that you are having a mind-blowing inspiration. But this is not just any inspiration. This inspiration with your soul purpose, your spiritual journey, you know, your soul journey. Every single one of us is here for a reason. Every single one of us. And this life is not meant to be easy. Look how crazy it can get. But it's on you to stay grounded. And you can only be grounded by making sure that you are, you know, like basically centered. And you can only make sure that you are centered when you put a spiritual armor on. It's time to put your spiritual armor on. And what is a spiritual armor? How do you put it? What do you do it? What's going on? Well, the spiritual armor, it all comes from your mind. Your mind is your energy. The words in your mind are the actual energy. If you think negatively, you're going to project this negativity and you're going to listen to dark entities on the outside. But the way to put the spiritual armor is to every single aspect, every single decision that you make in your life, even if everybody thinks that it's crazy, even if everybody thinks it's mental, it doesn't matter. You're still giving yourself to yourself, not to someone else, okay? Never ever allow someone else to make decisions for you ever again. I'm not saying that you were doing it, but I'm just saying, you know, I'm just saying this, that this is not to do with any gift. This is to do with the spiritual gift. This is to do with your life purpose. So this is going to feel really important. This is going to feel on a completely different level, my gorgeous Pisces. So that's why I want you to understand this. By the time you get to the mid part of this week, you know, you know, it's all about, you know what I really like? You will be facing a certain task. You will be facing a certain task, and it's to do with things that were driving you kind of up the wall over the last 78 days. In particular, you didn't know what to do. And it's almost you like kind of attacking that problem that was really draining you, you know, over the last 78 days. And you will also know that it's time, you will also know that it's time to use your time well and make every single moment count after this point in time. So you will be facing a certain task, but it's to do with the actual things that have been really kind of like affecting you over the last 78 days. It's to do with things that are bringing you down, that were making you negative, that were making you unhappy, that were making even more that were making even more stuck, you know. So you will be facing this, and you will understand that you are able to conclude this task. You're able to conclude this task, and you're going to feel so strongly about it, and you will know something is changing, and you're going to be able to conclude this task because you are absolutely super capable to do this. Because I know that I had this tarot card, which I can't find anymore. I had this tarot card out, you know, Ace of Cups. So just remember, this is so important, my gorgeous Pisces, indeed. So you will be able to kind of like conclude this task. You are capable, and at the same time, as soon as you realize what this is, look, as soon as you realize what this is, look at this, King of Cups. I mean, come on. This is also going to make you like aware of, and you're going to be aware of this instantly, that there is some kind of decision that you're going to need to make. And this decision is going to be one of the most powerful decisions of your life, because by making this decision, you're going to realize how much you've changed. You're going to realize how much you've grown. You're going to realize how much you emotionally evolved. This is amazing. But even more so, you're doing the right thing when it comes to your own accomplishment. Okay, this is brilliant. This in itself is going to bring you an important accomplishment within the next 13 weeks in particular. So you are going to be facing this task, but at the same time, this is going to really kind of bring so much of a living light energy out of you. You will be able to see the beauty in life again. This is going to start the process of your own spiritual evolution, where you are going to naturally set your heart free, my gorgeous Pisces. After that moment in time, everything changes, every single aspect. You need to understand, you must lead the way. The next 23 days are going to be so important when it comes to you talking, communicating, putting your points across, but also when it comes to you understanding that the next 23 days you must light your own path. You must follow your intuition. You must trust your instincts, okay? Instincts, because you are going to have a clear vision of things to come, and you are being absolutely guided here, okay? Continue to use that sense of future to direct your current path, but at the same time, you need to understand that you're unfolding your spiritual acumen, and that in itself means that you have to be open to much needed changes. You must be open to these much needed changes in your life whatsoever, because you are in the right direction. My goodness, by the time you get to the last part of this week, my gorgeous Pisces, I like this so much. Very important news, very important message. And this is brilliant, because this message is on one hand going to be so connected to your own success and the things that were going on in your life over the last 9 months, especially when it comes to your materialistic life being affected. This is going to, you will go on an advanced stage now. You will be coming out of it. But at the same time, it is to do more with like a very big and enormous difficulties that is slowly coming to an end. But this difficulty was really affecting your stability, because things haven't been happening in your life because of this particular difficulty. And as soon as you become aware of that, my gorgeous Pisces, this is the time of recovery. This is the time of your own spiritual comeback. You are about to have your spiritual comeback at the end of the week, which means that you are going through process of your own enlightenment, and this is going to bring you inspiration. It's going to bring you epiphany, which is going to be connected to an absolute innovation, an important innovation in your life, and that it's going to require from you to connect to this deep concentration, application, and study that you are going to feel, because the respect for knowledge is going to, and the desire to learn something, it's going to be, you will know what this is, desire to learn some new aspect of your life. It's going to be impossible to ignore. And as I said, this is going to bring you worldly power, accomplishment, and so much confidence in this life at this time indeed. You are going to plant the seed, my gorgeous Pisces. You are going to plant the seed, and by the time you know, you're going to start the process. You're going to give birth to something, whether you believe this or not. This process is starting already. When you hear me, you're already going to be like kind of halfway there, let alone how quickly things are actually going to unfold and manifest for you, because by the time you get to the 11th of October, look what is actually going to happen. And 11th of October, you are going to be facing an absolutely mind-blowing, life-changing opportunity. You're not going to be able to believe what opportunity you're going to be facing, and that opportunity is going to stem and it's going to happen, and it's going to come from this moment in time. So be as open-minded as you possibly can, but also just like kind of when you feel this very strong respect to learn something, this is to do with your calling. This is to do with that sacred gift that I mentioned before, you taking this on the next level. Once you work out and figure out what this is, nothing is going to stop you ever again. And at the same time, it's about this healing energy which is going to come into your life. And you know how this healing energy is going to reflect on you? It's going to reflect on your way of thinking, it's going to reflect on your mind, and it's also going to make you aware of how strong and how powerful you are, and how sometimes you can find the power and confidence in most of the actual unusual places in life. Okay, my gorgeous Pisces, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I love every single one of you. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you, my gorgeous Pisces. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, psychic medium. Love you. Bye.